I'll just do one we're all familiar with first. Then we can go back to that. So this will only take about 1.5 to 2 minutes, depending on how many databases it pulls from. So you can see that we did a count, so that way your salespeople do know that it's currently working to bring back information. And then we'll dive into, once this pulls up, Camila, the information generated to make sure those are the sections that you were expecting. Looks like we're actually done here in 1 minute and 10 seconds on this one. So this is what the report looks like. So it will have the name of the company that they're looking up, location, business type, industry, years in operation, a website. We'll go down to the business profile that shows ownership and contact information for your salespeople. We'll go down to credit and reputation standing with Better Business Bureau rating, competitive landscape, and market positioning. And let me know if you want me to slow down on any of this.
No, you're good. You're good.
We assume when we go through kind of beta testing that you'll be able to really dive into that information with your salespeople. I just want to make sure that the gist of everything works well for you. Industry analysis, we'll go through industry trends, payment processing challenges, and merchant categories. So here we'll do strategic recommendations for payment processor, gateway, terminal, and point of sale systems. And then down here, you can print the report or save the report. And I ran this in, so we didn't have to wait for another one. So I did the Harry Street here. Here we'll do executive summary of business name, location, business type, industry, years in operation, and website. Our business profile here, it even goes into depth of saying ownership, and it's the manager and owner now that took over as a fourth generation. Contact information, market position and reputation analysis. And I'll go a little slower for the recording so that way there's time to look over all this. Competitive landscape, market position.
Yeah, as you can see here, so yeah, let's slow down a little bit. So as you can see, competitive landscape, it shows the 4 top competitors and gives a description of family owned for Farha Carpet, 50 plus years, closeout specialist, Horton's Flooring America, tells that they have 3 locations. So this is also a good way for your sales staff to mine new leads. So if they have one merchant in one type of category, now they have 4 more that they can see, oh, I've seen this, Horton's has 3 locations and I'm wanting to try to target flooring companies. And so let me actually run a report now for Horton's Flooring America. And now that'll give me some more insight into another possible competitor. So yeah, the competitive landscape brings in the top competitors and explains how their product line is related to the company that's being researched and a little bit of information about them. And then go ahead to explain the market position, Alexandria.
Yeah, so market position there. So it's going to let them know who founded the company, transition from flooring only to expansion, and then 10 years of planning, same family-owned location for over 6 years. So it just gives more background into the company as a whole. So your salespeople look even more trained up on exactly who they're talking to and what that exact company does. We'll go down to industry analysis here. So industry trends, and as you can see, it's pulling from this year, goes over what they've done and how they've kept up and where they're at, and even shows like rise from the first time since 2022. Payment processing challenges. We'll go over, this is main, like flooring retailers need to process credit card payments, ACH transfers with funding within 2 business days. It goes over flooring financing. So some of the challenges that they endure. And then merchant category, there will be what kind of merchant category they fall under. So floor and cover stores, eligible for retail, interchange rates, and typical rates within there for.
And
Go.
Alexander, I just, sorry, before you move on, what I get excited about here, Camila, is that like if you look at something like the payment processing challenges, it tells you that they tend to have 12 to 18-month deferred interest promotions. So now that's a value-added service you can add if you want to give them advances or some type of a loan option. This gives you an opportunity to look at ways to upsell. And the other thing too, I want us to all keep in mind as we move forward is this is just the base platform. So we could add a button that says generate an initial introductory email. And then that email would say, we realize that you're a family business, a fourth generation business, and in the flooring business, and you're the type of merchant that we love to work with. We've also got value-added services that can help with your deferred interest promotions, and it can really pull out the key aspects of this that personalize it and personalize the product recommendations and summarize that into an introductory letter or email if that's a valuable thing. That may be a good way to significantly increase cold call sales approaches while still letting sales personnel drill down and spend more personal time on leads that they're trying to cultivate so that you have a couple different pathways to new potential customers.
And then here with strategic recommendations, I do have down to add a second recommendation so that there's always two, and we'll incorporate that in.
Yeah, and you can provide any feedback today, Camila, but I think really the beta test phase is when we start going through and you generate responses and then you just start nitpicking, oh, well, it really should have this. It really should have recommended this system, not that system. And we start really fine tuning the platform. And so I think that after today's meeting, the next step is to decide if this is the direction you wanted to head with a little fine tuning, maybe a couple more bells and whistles added on. This would be a great, valuable platform to your sales force. And if that's the case, then what we want to do is set the stage to get into our beta quickly. And the beta testing, again, is where you have staff actually start using it and testing it and seeing how it works. And for us, that means you'll need to officially get us set up as a contractor in your system for the bank. We'll need to get a service agreement in place. The great thing about all of the software systems that we'll build for you is we build them for free and you try before you buy. But then we want to make sure before you actually start using it and we start tweaking it and getting it ready for full performance daily use that everyone is agreed upon, the legal terms and the service agreement, and we can move as fast as you can.